Every day, students, workers, and seniors rely on Philadelphia's public services. But recent city and federal funding cuts have left buses overcrowded, classrooms under-resourced, and communities struggling. This is more than an inconvenience, but a threat to the rights that we all deserve. The Declaration of Independence guarantees that all people have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But when transportation and schools are underfunded, these rights are reduced, and students who cannot get to school safely or lack access to resources are being denied great opportunities.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Candace.
Okay, what grade are you in?
I'm in the 12th grade.
Okay, what school do you go to?
I go to Science Leadership Academy at Beaver.
Okay, and do you take SEPTA?
Yes, I do. I do an hour transportation every day to school.
Okay. And how do you feel about the SEPTA cuts?
I felt really bad about the SEPTA cuts because it's like people need to get to school and to work, and how they gonna get there if the buses is being shut down and they're being like, I don't know, what's the word?
Delayed?
Yes, delayed. So I just felt really bad about that.
When money is cut, students lose the help they need.
Student voices show the real consequences of funding gaps when buses are limited to students and workers are unable to travel safely and reliably.
Funds authorized under the Every Student Succeeds Act are not a luxury. They are part of what closes opportunity gaps. They are a critical part of our effort to provide students across the country, regardless of income or zip code, with a world-class education. Yes, this is about civil rights. Every single dollar is a good investment in students and in our future.
Rep. Bonamici warns that withholding federal funding harms schools nationwide. Teachers are laid off, there are reduced programs, and a lack of resources that directly affects student rights and equal education.
We want to improve public education in the country. Here are strategies to do it. And it is important that we fight Donald Trump on taking away funding for low-income schools, which is a big function of the Department of Education, its support for low-income schools, and IDEA and other initiatives. But the idea that we would just not have a national priority around Department of Education is absurd.
Nara Tayden emphasizes that federal support is crucial for low-income students, and without it, the gap between rich and poor widens, much like how city funding cuts affect Philadelphia schools.
Hi, I'm Janelle Payne, and I go to SLA Beaver. I think funding cuts affect me through a lot of ways. One being like teachers, as we saw like in my freshman year, the school district messed up like enrollment at magnet schools, and like we had lost a lot of teachers, meaning classes were either overcrowded or that also affected the grade below me. There was less of them. Also, like less like programs and extracurriculars, and having funding allows for people to be more involved and to be more engaged into what's going on in their school environment. As you know, probably funding would probably help programs be like not corny or be actually like in depth and actually happen.
Many students are experiencing these inequalities firsthand. This shows the consequences of funding
I
decisions.
think we need to ask a very simple question. Has the quality of our public education in America increased with the Department of Education or declined? And the answer is screaming at us. It's declined. It's declined rather dramatically. Clearly, the Department of Education in Washington is not helping. I think it's actually hurting.
Without a federal Department of Education ensuring every state holding feet to the fire, ensuring those rights and the funding for our most vulnerable students, it keeps me up at night. And it's something, again, it's going to impact everybody's district across this country.
While some may argue that the Department of Education wastes money, others may point out that cutting support harms students. It harms students' civil rights and access to opportunity. And these different perspectives show that debate is about more than budgets, but it's about equality. How can we restore opportunity? Fixing these issues require action. The city and federal government must prioritize funding our schools and public transit. Communities can advocate through petitions, campaigns, and contacting representatives. Expanding federal grants like those under the Every Student Succeeds Act ensures that vulnerable schools and students get the support they need.
Everyone deserves the chance to live, learn, and